today you are going to examine deeply what that means. You're going to be using text, and our Miss Hardy helped me out. She got me using Teacher Made. This is my first attempt on Teacher Made, but if you look at the screen, there are drop-down boxes, and I know that you must be glad about that, and that there are not text boxes. I know I'm glad about it. So here you go. This is the assignment structure right here. Task 6, Anatomy of the Constitution. I'm just going to zoom in there. You're going to read the Anatomy of the Constitution and annotate the text by selecting the correct group or combination of groups from the drop-down boxes. Okay? And then, I just have a picture here so you'll know you're on the right thing. And then you're going to answer questions using the Teacher Made link on the paper, and it's completely based on what you read. All right, so I'm going to do some with you. So I clicked this link right here, and then it brings you here, and you just click Begin with Google. Make sure you're using your school account. And then when you've done that, it's going to make it so that you are on this paper here, or on this document right here. And so what's going to happen is as you read, whenever you read like a term, some vocabulary, or maybe a power or a right or a privilege of the government or the people or the states, we're going to use these drop-down menus to say who or which group. Okay, so I'm going to read your directions, and it says, find the words with a red box around them in each section. Then use the drop-down option in that section to select which group has the power to do the job boxed in with red, or refers to the term. All right, so I'm going to read this first paragraph, and I'll do the first one with you. All right, the U.S. Constitution is the document that creates our nation's government. The contents of the Constitution create 3 branches of our government and give directions for how the federal government works. It does this with a little over 4,500 words, covering only 4 sheets of paper. Although the Constitution was written over 220 years ago, it still guides our officials in running our country today. It is the oldest written Constitution in the world that is still in use. That's pretty good. You know, today is Inauguration Day. We have a transfer of power for one branch, and it's not really about, it is about who wins and who you voted for, but on this lesson today, it's about how do we make all that work, because it really does seem like every 4 years would be kind of tough to switch out our chief executive. So how has that worked for 220 years? And if you think about all the things in the past, does it give us hope for if it's going to continue to work? All right. And that's all your decision. And I really encourage you to talk to your parents about that, because everybody gets to think what they want to think, and everybody gets to believe what they want to believe. That is the beauty of this country. All right, so here we go. You ready? So this is the box right here. Constitution is written, and then it's got a red box around it, and there's a drop-down menu beside it. So we have to decide, when I click on here, is this executive power, citizens power, judicial power, legislative power, executive and legislative, state, or U.S. federal power? And what you will do is you will click the correct answer, all right? Do not click the next answer. I'm purposefully clicking the wrong answer, and I'm going to help you eliminate one of them, okay? You ready? All right. It's not state power. Our state does have a constitution, but it's not this one, okay? And we'll learn about more of that later too. All right, so hopefully you're understanding that that is how you're going to complete this assignment. And when you finish, you can, or if you don't have time, you can hit save for later, and it will save it, all right? But when you finish, I want you to screenshot your score, and that's what you'll submit to your assignment post. You'll have 2 screenshots that you will submit today. All right. And then after you've read that, you have to do that part first, and I would keep it open. Go to Anatomy of the Constitution assignment and begin task 6. Excuse me. Begin with Google. Go ahead and sign in just like you did with the other one. All right. And now here you'll see the actual questions, and it's very similar as well. All right. So you can look all of these answers up over here. And if you've clicked these things correctly, you will know because they'll be over here too. So here's my suggestion. Don't submit this until you've done this part, because both of these papers together, it's kind of like math. Checking your multiplication by using division, checking your subtraction by using adding. So I would hold on to both of these before submitting, but the answers are all in the text. So you, again, will just use the drop-down menu. All of the words that are in the word bank here are in this section, and you just choose. You'll use each one time. I just want to look at this part real quick. This is a little weird and confusing. So here's the deal. You've got 3 branches of government at the bottom part here. 1, 2, 3, okay? And then you've got 3 quotes up here. 1, 2, 3. You are to read this quote, look at who sent it, and then match it. Is this person who said this, Richard Nixon, and then R-CA means Republican California, is Richard Nixon representing or talking about the executive, legislative, or, the executive, judicial, or legislative branch? And then you would pick this, click here, and you would pick the correct answer, okay? I believe for you guys, the next section is pretty self-explanatory. Just know that, excuse me, in this part C, separate those powers, the picture is the matching to number 10, 11, and 12. And then over here in D, these little pieces of paper looking things are the matching to 13 through 18, okay? And then you will just submit that when you're finished and screenshot your score. So let me say I'm done. Oh no, am I sure I'm done? I'm going to say I'm done, so I'll get a score. Oh, look at that. I missed it all. Every bit of it. So here's my grade right here. So what I would like you to do is screenshot, and if you want to, let's say we did this one as well. I just, would say put them in one picture if you can. But if you would like to, we're going to reload the worksheet so that I can get back, and let's pretend I'm done. And I click I'm done. I have 2 days on this assignment. So this is today, and this is tomorrow, okay? And I want you to start this after you have finished your notes. So you have to do things in order. So here's the deal. We have on our, click Week at a Glance. I did go in and I added the links. So you can follow this if you would like. So you have this to go back to. Like, oh my gosh, I watched the whole video. I forgot what she said. What did she say? And you have this page. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on Zoom.